Hey YouTube, it's your girl Unique, and you already know it's time to hang out with me. Y'all already know when I'm in a room like this and your girl is in front of the camera with no props or none of that. Y'all already know what today's video is gonna be about. I have a story time for y'all. This story time is like, y'all can see by the title. Y'all gonna be like, girl, what do you be up to? How do you not, like, why you always getting scammed by somebody? My friend, this is a story about how my friend tried to scam me, my own friend. This girl, I really didn't even trust her like that because I just met her. It wasn't like, oh, your friends are bad friends, because my friends that in my circle, we solid, like I could trust them type stuff. Let me just start off by saying I am a senior in high school, so this happened a month ago, before we got out of school because of the corona. So I had this friend, we'll call her Sarah. My friend Sarah, she had got into a fight with another girl. The girl was big, but the girl Sarah was really small. She held her own, like nobody can say that she didn't hold her own weight, because she did. She was my height, and I'm like, she was around my height. I'm 4'10". Sarah is like 5 foot, 4'11", if 5 foot. Sarah had gotten into a fight and the video was going around. I was in the cafeteria with Sarah. We was just kicking it, like we was talking because we're friends. And I see these group of girls. Y'all see a group of girls and you just know, like, bro, stay away from them, because they not even the type of crowd that you want to see yourself around. They was pointing at us. They was pointing at me and Sarah. They was pointing at me and Sarah, and I had looked. I said, so I pointed back at them and I said, what's up? Do y'all got a problem? Because I'm not about to just let you. These are underclassmen at that, but they're the same age as me. I skipped a grade. But anyways, the girls was pointing at me and Sarah, so I go over there and I point at them and I say, what's up, is it a problem? So they was like, oh no, it's no problem, blah blah blah, just telling me it ain't no beef, we cool. So I was like, all right, whatever, because y'all not even worth it, like, whatever. So months go by. I'm just letting y'all know, the girl that was pointing at me is the girl who tried to scam me, and I became friends with her. Let me tell y'all how this all plays out. So me and Sarah not cool, but we had a math class together. Mind you, Sarah is not the girl who scammed me. I just want y'all to know, like, the timelines and what happened before I get into, like, the actual what happened. The girl that scammed me, we gonna call her Teletubby. Decided to associate with Shawty. Let me tell y'all. So one day, like, I had got a new job from my old job. I got a new job, and this new job, it was gross, bro. Like, I told myself I would never work at a job like this, because I had came from a height, like an upper job, and then I had to start working at this type of job. So I started working there, and as I'm getting all my stuff into the system with the manager, I see Teletubby walking in. And mind you, my brother had just got hired too. So I would talk to my brother, and me and my brother got our own language, to the point where it's like, if we wanted to talk about you in your face, we could talk about you in your face and you're not even gonna know what we're saying. Like, so I was like, I told my brother, I was like, hey yo, this the girl I had beef with, cause she don't like me. Like, I was just telling my brother in our language, like, you know, and this is like, I don't like her type stuff. So yeah, we was in the job, and it came to a point where it's like, she would come up, like, you know when you want to be cool with somebody, but you don't tell them, oh, I want to be cool with you. She would literally, like, do little small stuff, like the computer tapping in orders. I guess she worked at a fast food restaurant before, so she would help me tap in orders, or she would come at the same stage just helping me, or the manager would tell her to help me because we were around the same age group, or like just little small stuff, to the point where I was just like, okay, whatever, I'm done with this girl. Like, I'm not gonna keep beefing with you clearly over something that wasn't even that deep. So as time progressed of us both at this job, this is your workplace. Like, I can understand if, like, first of all, I'm not about to beef with nobody at my workplace. Like, that's just doing too much. Like, this is where I'm making my money. I'm not finna interfere with your bag, and you shouldn't be trying to interfere with mine either. Y'all, I got the receipts and everything about what I'm about to tell you. I'm about to be like, girl, you should have beat bop. Something had happened at the job. I don't remember what it was, but I got her number and we was talking more. This is when I first started my business. Like, the very first moments of my business being launched. I had went to Walmart to go get ink for my printer so I could print out my labels and my shipping stuff, everything. So I went to Walmart and she came with me, because Walmart by our job is literally like, Wendy's is in front of Walmart. So we walked to Walmart because she needed to get some stuff for her mother, and I needed to get ink for my printer. I'm buying stuff, and my total came up to be like $70, I believe. It was 50 or 70 with the ink and paper, I believe. I had to turn my card off. I turned my card off because a week or so before that, I had to do a dispute with my bank. When you do a dispute with your bank, the bank automatically blocks the card that was associated with that transaction. So I blocked that card, and I'm in Walmart, and I completely forget that I blocked my card, but I had money in the bank. So I completely forget that, and so I was like, bro, how am I gonna buy my stuff? I was like, do y'all accept Apple Pay? Because I had a cash card on my Apple Pay. They was like, no, we don't accept Apple Pay. So I was like, bro, what am I gonna do? But then I thought about it, and I was like, I could just use the Walmart app, log into the Walmart app, put my card information on the Walmart app, scan the barcode and pay for it. So I scanned the barcode and I paid for it. We was leaving. She told me that she did not have no ride home, so I was like, okay, I will take you home. Because I was gonna get in the lift, and she lived so far from me, like, so I was like, okay, I'll just get you a lift. Matter of fact, you can just share the ride with me. And so the girl shared the ride with me. So I saw where she lived. It was dark at the time. She got dropped off. And then like a week or two later, dog, like she texted me out of nowhere. Mind you, I had just left the school. And so now I'm at my friend's house, and the girl Teletubby texted me. She was like, this is Teletubby. She texted me, hold up. She was like, yo, at 11:05 in the morning. I'm not at school right now, mind you. I'm not at school right now. It's 11:05 in the morning. She texted me again at 11:56 and said, yo. And she said, this is Teletubby. I need to talk to you. And she texted me again and said, it's important. So then I texted back. I said, what's up? She said, are you missing your Georgia ID card and your credit card? But boom, before all of this, I had lost my purse. I lost my purse. But I know for a fact that I didn't leave it in the cafeteria. I didn't leave it nowhere. I left it in the classroom. So it was in a teacher's classroom. So I had lost my purse, and I had told the principal that same day that I lost my purse, so that they could be on the lookout for it. I looked in the lost and found. I looked everywhere, and I couldn't find my purse nowhere. I went to all of my classes. I only have 3 classes. I leave the school at 1:50. We get out of school at 3:15. I went to all 3 of my classes. I asked them. I went to the lost and found. I went to the front office. I went everywhere, and I looked for my purse. This is where it gets worse. After she asked me, was I missing my Georgia ID card and everything, I said yes. Did you pick it up? She said yes, with a whole bunch of S's. Let me give y'all some back history of Teletubby real fast. She had a friend. Her and her friend was like this, and she stole her friend's phone. Stole her friend's phone, y'all. This is where it gets bad. So this is where I started putting 2 and 2 together. I was like, how you get in possession of all my stuff? Like all of my stuff, y'all. I'm telling y'all, she got all my stuff. My ID, my gate key card, my purse. She got everything. Everything. And in that purse, it was lip gloss and a charger. Like, y'all keep that charger. Like, it's a charger. Okay, cool. So I started putting 2 and 2 together. I was like, how you knew I was missing it is what was going through my mind. And I was like, did you pick it up? Because that was all in my purse. So how am I just missing those 3 items that you texted me about if you don't know what happened to it? Like, so she was like, I'm about to be at lunch. Can you come out? Mind you, I'm not at school. I'm with my friend at her house. So I was like, girl, I think this girl just stole my stuff. And I was getting mad. My friend already know who I am. And she was like, you need to calm down. Because when I'm mad, I go over the top. I say stuff over the top and I don't care. So I said, what, girl? I'm not in school right now. So she put the face palm emoji. I said, what girl was it? She said, a girl had took my stuff out of the purse. This is the dumbest lie I heard in my life. She said, the girl took all of my stuff out my purse, threw it on the floor, took my purse, gave it to her friend. And if you my friend and you watching this happen, and you know what my purse looked like, you know what all my stuff looked like, because you were just with me at Walmart and you saw all the stuff that was in my bag. That's just that. If I see somebody with my friend's stuff knowing nobody else has something like that, I'm gonna look and I'm gonna be like, cause I guess she saw the girl, like she saw the other girl pick it up as if she found it, you know? And so if I see my friends or my friend's stuff, or it looks like my friend's stuff, I'm gonna walk up to the person. I'm gonna be like, where you get that from? If I see somebody finding something and it look like my friend's, I'm gonna walk over there. And if you see my ID and all that, why didn't you stop? If you're supposed to be my friend, why you ain't stop the girl who took my stuff? Why you didn't stop her, right? She said she picked up my stuff. After watching the girl throw my stuff on the floor, she picked it up. And this will make it worse. She wasn't texting me back. Like, I texted her, I said, who threw it on the floor? Then I texted her again, I said, hello. And I said, what did the girl look like? She said, I don't know the girl. She white with long hair. So I said, where's she at right now? She said, in her class. She had first lunch. How do you know all of this? If you don't know the girl, how you know all of this? Mind you, this girl that I'm texting, Teletubby, has third lunch. So between almost 2 hours, how did you see all of this happening in the cafeteria if she had first lunch and you got third lunch? Like, it's not adding up. I asked her, I said, what hall her class on? If you know what lunch she got, you know what hall her class is on. They do lunches by hallways. She said she don't know. But you know what lunch she got. But you don't know what hallway her class on. It don't add up. So then she sent me a video. My friend, I'm going to put it on the screen, sent me a video of all my stuff on the bathroom floor, dog. This is like I feel like I got played. Like, I feel like I just got finessed. Like, she sent me a video of all my stuff on the floor, zooming in on it and everything. All of that. Mind y'all, I forgot to mention that I got a new card in the mail. Keep that in mind that I got a new card in the mail. So that's a new card. So I said, find her. She said, all right. So then I sent her a voice memo. Listen to this, y'all. Why I went off? Basically, what I was saying is, when I see the girl, I was gonna hit her. So I said, what grade she look like she in? Did she have a purse? She said she had a purse. She gave it to her friend. The purse was gold. It was brown with some gold things on the side. How do you know what my, like, she's basically describing my everything. I didn't ask for if it had gold fringes on it or anything. Like, she's just telling herself. She told me she was in 9th grade. I said, around what time you seen her with the purse and where was she at? She said the bathroom and she has first lunch. I said, what lunch do you have? She said third. She's texting me. The messages that she's coming through my phone as she was texting me was third lunch. Mind y'all, it's now 1:06. Still third lunch. She's texting me and it's still third lunch. So if this happened in first lunch, like the girl has, then you wouldn't even have been in the cafeteria, dog. Unless you had to go pee. And you ain't even tell me that you had to go pee because I was questioning you. So if you was trying to cover yourself to not make it seem like you was lying, then you would have made a more logical excuse than the fact that y'all had freaking first. You had a last lunch, she got first lunch. So how does that even add up to y'all being in the same place at the same time for her to steal my purse? Anyways, I said, okay, in the morning tomorrow, help me find her. And during first lunch, help me find her. She said, all right. So she said, in the morning, meet me by the bathroom so I can give you your stuff. Y'all, went home, went to sleep, woke up, went to school. I dressed like I was ready to fight. I posted on my story. I'm going to put the stuff that I posted on my story. So I go to school the next day. The girl, Teletubby, she texted me, where you at? I told her where I was, but let's back up a little bit. Back to the messages. I texted her again. Mind y'all, school ends at 3:15. I texted her at 3:57 and said, did you see the bed? 3:57. This is how I be catching folks in their lives. She said yes, but she didn't have the purse on her. And when I tried to talk to her, she ran off. I said, why you ain't take no picture of her? And I said, why you ain't saying nothing to me when you saw her? Why I had to ask you. If you was my friend and you saw the girl, you would be like, hey girl, I just saw her. Woo, woo. No, you didn't do none of that. That's how I know you lying. You capped. So then she said she ran and my phone was dead. I've been trying to find your Instagram all day. Why you need my Instagram? Why do you need my Instagram if you got my number? You text me on iMessage. What do you need my Instagram for? So I said, you saw her take my stuff out. She said, I saw her throw it as she was walking out the stall. So then in the morning, at 7:16 in the morning, her boyfriend texted her and said, give her her cards. Teletubby responds and says, I am. Her boyfriend says, and let that be the end of it. Don't help her look for nobody. He said, oh, tell her that. He said, no, nigga, you tell her. Tell her I said that, whatever, just tell her you can't. I don't want you in nothing, bro. She said, she sent me the screenshot. She said, my boyfriend don't want me helping you find anyone because he don't want me in that stuff. So I said, nah, bro, all that. So I point her out. And if that's the case, you know me and your boyfriend. I'm gonna handle my business regardless. Y'all childish. So then I said, you was in the moment you decided to record my stuff and tell me what happened. She said, I ain't say I wasn't gonna help you. She was just saying a whole bunch of BS, like in the morning. So I stopped texting her back, and I texted her as I got to school the next day. It's the next day, you know, you feel me? I texted her, I said, where are you? She said, she's in the bathroom. So I go in the bathroom, she handed me her stuff, and I said, help me find her. So she was like, I don't know. So me and her is walking around the school looking for the girl. The cafeteria is where everyone is in the morning. So we're walking around looking for her. We don't see nobody. Everybody's looking at me because everybody see my Snapchat story. So they was watching me. Everybody's watching me to see what I'm about to do. So as I'm looking for this girl, y'all, I kid y'all not, the girl Teletubby was like, I know what she looks like. I can send you a picture. I was like, okay, cool, send me a picture. She sent me a picture of this random girl. I'm gonna put it right here. This is how I know it was a random girl. Y'all gotta stay with me. I investigate. So this is the girl, and she sends me her picture. So I said, okay, if you're not gonna help me no more, that's cool. So I put the picture on my phone and I put it in everybody's face, and I asked all the folks that look like they could associate with her. I asked them, I said, do you know what this girl look like? Do you know who she is? Everybody said no. So I was like, okay, cool. She's a freshman. People probably don't know her. Like, she's probably not nobody. So, class, the bell rang for us to go to class, and I'm mad, y'all. Like, I'm ready to fight. So everybody asked me what happened, and my teacher is concerned. Like, my teacher is, he's the type of teacher to see your potential no matter what happens to you. So he was like, you're my smartest kid in here. I don't want nothing to happen to you. Like, basically, he was concerned. So he was like, I'm gonna walk to the counseling office, but before I walk into the counseling office, I'm gonna get the principal. So he get the principal. I told the principal, I said, I'm not gonna fight her. I'm not gonna fight her. I'm not gonna fight her. Not gonna do it. So then my teacher walks me to the counseling office. So now I'm in the counseling office and nobody knows why I'm there. He lets me talk to them because he thought, like, he trusted me to let me talk to them on my own. And he walked back to go tend to his class. So I go to my counselor, and I asked her, I was like, do you know who, hold on, her name, let me find her name because I don't remember what her name is. It was something. I don't know what the girl's name was, and so I don't really remember exactly what the girl's name was. So I'm gonna just call her Samantha. So I went to the counseling office and I said, do you know who a Samantha is? Because our counseling office don't go by grade, it goes by last name. My counselor was like, Samantha who? It sounds like an organization. I was like, Samantha blah, like I said her last name. And she looked it up. She said, why? I said, can you tell me where our next class is or where she is? And the counselor was like, I can't just give out a student's class. I said, please, it's important. Something just happened in her family, and I think she needs to know. Like, we need to talk about it. And I would text her, but she had to put her phone up because in our classes, we had to put them in calculator pockets. So the teacher looked it up. First and last name, girl was not in the system. This girl was not in the system at all. Like, this girl didn't even exist for real. So I'm like, okay. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. Made up an excuse so I could leave. So now I am in our counseling office is it's connected to the cafeteria. So I go out the door and I'm in the cafeteria. And I sit down and it's a girl and a boy, and we were just talking about the situation. And out of nowhere, Teletubby's boyfriend texted me and he was like, let me go to it. He texted me, he said, yo, why are you trying to hit with my girl? I said, don't text me on no ish because you don't want to start nothing. He said, I ain't trying to start nothing, little bro. I just want to figure out how she tried to help you and you want to hit with her. I said, cause she's suspect. I said, you better talk nice. You already know me from my old school, dog. I said the school name. And he was like, yeah, I know. He said, I've been knowing you for a while. That's why I'm trying to talk to you. What she do that's suspect? You dropped your stuff. She gave it back to you. I don't get it. I'm just trying to understand. I said, whatever. You know her side. I don't got to explain nothing. I want my one. He said, bro, you're not finna hit with her. I'm telling you, not in school at least. So as soon as he said that, the bell had rang. And he was coming from the gym or towards the gym, coming towards me. And I was in the cafeteria. So it was like perfect timing. So he comes up to me and I was like, he was like, why are you trying to fight her? I said, boy, I'm not explaining myself to you. You need to back up. And he was like, why are you trying to fight her? I'm not about to let you fight her. I said, okay, that's cool. I would just find her myself. So I went walking down the hallways to go find her, looking for her. I keep straight to go to the 200 hallway. And he turns right to go to the 300 hallway. So I follow him because you know where your girlfriend at. Duh. So I follow him, and as I'm running, well, not running, but like really speed walking, I see him go to his girlfriend. And mind y'all, when I was in class before I even walked to the child's office, she was talking to me crazy. I'm gonna put the messages on the screen. She was talking crazy. I don't even feel like reading that because I was just telling her, don't play with me. You already know how I'm coming. Don't even do that to yourself. So boom, we walking, and it was somebody, and it was two boys in front of me. The boyfriend and then a friend of the boyfriend. He was like, and then it was a boy behind me and the girl behind me that I was in the cafeteria with, sitting down with. So they was like, don't even touch Unique because you don't even know how she coming. So the boyfriend was like, I'm not about to let her fight her. I'm not about to let her fight her. So then the boyfriend grabbed Teletubby, and the tall boy literally put his arms up like this, and I'm really short, so I just walked under his arms. I don't know what he thought he was doing. So I told Teletubby, I said, so what's up to her? Because I don't even play that, like, girl, who are you? Like, no. So I said, so what's up? And I'm trying to fight her, and like, nobody is letting me fight. It's like it was a big crowd. So everybody just stopped, everybody's watching. So as I'm trying to fight her, asking her what's up, it was like 5 people pushing me back on the locker. A boy that I claim as my brother had me like, he had one of his arms up in the air. He was holding the bag, and he had like his other arm against me like this, but he was like in front, so it was like he was leaning like this. A teacher had me with my hands behind my back, y'all, and somebody had my shoulders, pushing my shoulders, like. Then this girl named, she pulls my face to the side like this. Mind y'all, all the ruckus in front of me. She pulled my face. She was like, you need to stop. You making money. You need to relax. You better than this. You're better than her. I said, no, bro, get off me. So she pulled my face again. It was like, you need to stop. Like, everybody's telling me I need to stop because I'm better than all this. And then everybody was like, you have people looking up to you. You have people watching you. A whole bunch of stuff. I was like, whatever, I don't care. So then they was like, you have so much to lose. Then there's the people that's like, let her go. You know, it's always the people that just be wanting to see a fight. Like, people going to stay regardless. So as I'm not listening to nobody, the teacher who got my hand behind my back, I'm like, I break a loose from him because at this point, like, if I'm mad, I'm mad. And I know how I'm little. So, like, it's really easy for me to, like, maneuver my way out of people. Like, they be thinking, oh, she's small. She can't even for real. But I'm really strong. For real. But, yeah, I break loose. And I make my way to her. I say, what's up? And I swing and I hit her in the face. The boyfriend lies and said I hit him in the face. He's lying because the video is right here. I put on the screen. I hit her in the face. And so, mind y'all, I think I'm a favorite at this point because, let me tell you what happens after. Anyways, so I'm asking her what's up, and she grabs my jacket like this. Both of my hands are not in my jacket. She's not swinging back. If somebody hit me in the face the way I hit her in her face, somebody would swing back, period, point blank. So both of my hands are in my jacket like this, and she has both of my jacket, like the cloth of my jacket in her hand. And so then, as her other hand, she grabbed my jacket like this and said, stop, you need to stop. The girl that I'm trying to fight. I said, girl, if you don't let me go, let me go. So then her boyfriend grabs me. I don't even know, like, he grabs me and he tries to push me off of, like, the whole situation, but I can't go nowhere because my jacket is in both of her hands, like one of her hands, like my jacket. So I said, let me go, let me go. She was not trying to let me go. So we just going in a circle, and her boyfriend literally is bear hugging her, and her arms are around her boyfriend. I'm like, if y'all let me go, then yeah. Mind y'all, this girl is quiet the whole time. Like, she's not saying nothing, but I'm telling her, I said, if you don't let me go, it's gonna be a problem. So one of the teachers came out of the classroom, because nobody is literally trying to hold back at this point no more. He come out the classroom and he says, let her go. So everybody let me go, and he told me to come with him. And she started screaming as I'm walking away. She was like, I was trying to save her. But I'm not the one. I'm not the one. I was like, so why you ain't show me you wasn't the one when I hit you in your face? Anyway, so the teacher took me to the office, and the principal was like, I understand why you fight her. I understand why you was trying to fight her. Because the principal already know what was going on. And, like, if somebody was to do that to me, to anybody, they would want to fight. Like, he was like, you're not in trouble. I'm just not going to let you go out into the actual, like, school. Because, like, he don't trust. He said I'm very aggressive, and he don't trust me going back out. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to fight her. Just let me go back out. But if he wasn't let me go back out, I probably would have tried to fight her again. Not even gonna lie. So I texted her. I'm telling her, meet me in the bathroom. Like, just because, like, why would you steal my purse? Like, girl, that's literally naked. As I'm recording her, like, I record her. Because the cafeteria is connected to the council office, like I said. So he made me sit in the council office, and I'm recording her. Because, like, girl. So then, out of nowhere, the boyfriend's sister texted me and was like, if my brother get touched, it's gonna be a scene. I said, okay. She said, you think you big and bad, but you really a little girl. I said, okay. She said, if you want to fight, she was just saying something, and I was coming back sleep with her, because you're not finna sit in my phone on my time trying to boss me around on my time. I said, girl, you on my time. The sister was texting me, telling me how it's gonna be a scene if her brother gets touched. And Teletubby texted me talking about something. It's a target on my brother's head. And at the time, my brother wasn't even in the state of Georgia, so I don't even know what she was talking about. Talking about some, she already know what he at. Girl, I don't even know what he at. But you know what he at. You might as well tell me what my brother's at. If you know what my brother's at, I don't even know what my brother's at. You feel me? So then she was like, oh, it's a target. You don't even know how I'm coming. Nobody is scared of you. I'm like, why are you doing all this big talking about messages? So I was like, she was like, I will pull up to your house. I was like, girl, do it. Just be my guest. Like, please pull up. You on my property now, so I could do whatever I want to do to you because you pulled up to my house. So she was telling me how she gonna pull up to my house, and I was like, she was like, you're not bold enough to pull up to my house though. So I was like, okay. I asked her for a dot. On multiple occasions, I asked her for her address. She kept telling me no. You had my ID, first of all, and you recorded it. So you already know where I live because my address is on my ID. Like, why are you trying to play big dog in my messages? But when I was just trying to fight you, you was, like, silent. I don't understand. So the sister, Teletubby, and the boyfriend steady hitting my line. I'm telling all of them, just drop y'all address and it will be over with. Like, y'all know where I live. You know where I live. All y'all know where I live. So she was just going back and forth with me in the messages, and I just completely stopped texting her. I asked her for a dot. She didn't respond. So at that moment, okay, clearly you don't want to give me an address to fight, so you don't want to fight. Okay. So then next day, go by, I'm at school, and the boyfriend's sister texted me again. It was like, matter of fact, let me just read it to y'all. Like, this is, like, she said, hold up, I'm just gonna read this whole entire thing to y'all, because this is funny. You on my time. You ain't my phone sending me paragraphs to protect your brother. She was like, listen, I don't know who you are and don't care to know who you are, but one thing you're not finna do is have all these boys texting my brother. I don't give a crap about no beef with no girl, but you got beef with me if you think you want some big dog stuff. She was like, my brother did not hit you, so stop lying. Leave the high school stuff away from him. I said, okay. She said, if I found out any boy put a hand on my brother or even came to his house, just be ready. I said, LMAO, who is this? And I said, nobody said he hit me. I said he grabbed me because he did. But nobody want to find the rest of the video. And I said, I stay ready, baby. Let it be known. And then she said, high schoolers. Okay, I said, now get out my messages with these long paragraphs. Businesses inquiries only around this time, love. So she was like, address. She said, address is always available if you need it. I said, so you want to hit? And then I asked her for her address. And then she said, but just know if one of your so-called brothers touch my brother, it's going to be a scene. I don't hit with 10-year-olds. She literally just said, address is always available if you need it. And I literally just asked for her address, and she talked about something, I don't hit with 10-year-olds. I said, your grammar is like a, because I kept correcting her grammar. Mind you, I'm correcting her grammar after every message she sent. I said, your grammar is like one, so you might as well. She said, you full of, I said, I bet, baby. She said, just know. She said the same messages, just know if your brother's blah, blah, blah. I said, ugh, the B word. And then she said exactly what I said. I said exactly, dot, like an address. And then I said, weirdo. She said, take my brother off the radar and see what happens. I asked her for her address yet again. She said, nobody's scared of you or your boys. So I said, okay, dot, asked her for her address again. She said, try him if you want to. Y'all think this is a joke. I said, okay, dot, again. She didn't want to give me the address. She said, say less, I'll see how you move. I said, okay, dot, still didn't give me the address. She ain't text back. So, at this very moment, y'all, this is how she tried to scam me. So, boom, I checked my bank account and it say minus two something. I think I screenshotted it. I'm going to go through my pictures and see if I screenshotted it. And at this point, I told the principal, because, girl, no. I told the principal that $200 went off my account. And so they going back and forth. Now she's in trouble. Like, now she really in real deal trouble. So they investigating the whole thing. And when you, like, dispute it, it cancels. So I disputed it. And it went back into my account. But you tried it. Like, you really tried it with $200. Girl. Next. So then, that very next day, he was talking crazy. The boyfriend was talking crazy to a whole bunch of boys at the school. Lying, saying that the boys had broke his computer. Basically, he was just lying. Going out of school, just telling a whole bunch of lies. And so, he got same day. And the sister's gonna text me, talk about some bet. I said, what? And she ain't never text me ever again. But yeah, y'all, make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back with more videos, more story times, because my life is crazy, period. And yeah, Unique out. I'm tired. I'm probably gonna go to sleep. No cap. It's 6 o'clock, 1:07.